Alright, just a quick answer key for some capacitor extra practice. We have a 4 microfarad capacitor and a 2 microfarad. And then there's an unknown one here, and then there's a 2 microfarad over here. So now, of course, the 2 microfarad is a series capacitor. And then we have an unknown in parallel with the 4 and the 2, which are also in series with respect to each other. Okay, the charge on the 4 microfarad capacitor is 68.3 microcoulombs. So that's this one right here. Determine the potential difference across the unknown capacitor. Well, first of all, the sum of the volts of these two here must equal the volts on this since they're in parallel. These are in series, so we know their charges are the same. So if this one is 68.3 microcoulombs, so is the 2. So I get the volts on the 4 by dividing the charge by the capacitance to get 17.08. And then a volts on the 2, likewise, I'm taking the same charge divided by 2 and get 34.15. I add those 2 volts together. 51.2 volts is the total across this branch here. Therefore, 51.2 volts must be the branch as well on the parallel side. All right, the charge on the 2 microfarad capacitor in series, that's this one over here, is 222.3. Determine the potential difference between A and B. Well, first of all, I must get the voltage along the 2 microfarads. So I'm just taking 222.3 divided by 2. And I'm getting 111.15. Now, I already know that this branch here is 51.2. So then if I add the volts of this plus the volts of this one here, I will get my total volts between point A and B. That is 162 volts. Determine the value of the unknown capacitor if the charge is 153.8 microcoulombs. Well, I know the volts from before, 51.2. I take the charge divided by 51.2 and I get 3 microfarads for the capacitor value. So that's the unknown capacitor there. Continuing along, determine the equivalent capacitance for the circuit. So I'm going to add the series branch first, 1 over 4 plus 1 over 2, and my C total is 1.33. The 4.33 comes from we add the 3 microfarad capacitor that's in parallel to that. So now you have 4.33. Now to get the total, I've got a 2 microfarad capacitor in series with the 4.33. Therefore, 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4.33. Invert that, and that's 1.368 microfarads. Now, if I want to get the total energy, I know that U is 1/2 CV squared. My total volts is 162. My total capacitance 1.37. So I just take 1/2 times that times 1.62 squared, and I get 17952 microjoules. Or if I move it 3 to the left, I get 18.0 millijoules. And that's our review.